Hello there. Welcome to the show that we have weird sex positions, hot dogs, and a bunch of fucking eggnog. This is getting weird.
Wait a minute, it's not fucking Christmas time yet.
It's damn near.
No.
No.
I just saw a Christmas tree earlier.
Well, I'm gonna go burn it to the fucking ground.
I mean, at least it wasn't a balsamic. Not like the vinegar. Wait, did I say that right?
No, it's balsamic.
Balsamic, whatever. Balsamic is the fucking vinaigrette.
Balsam.
Balsam.
Is it
Balsam.
Is it balsam?
It's balsam.
Balsamic's
Balsam
the goddamn vinaigrette. Oops.
Well, I guess you could say it balls hard, doesn't it?
Oh my god. Well, this already got weird.
Man.
Anyway, Meatball, go ahead and spin that shit.
Okay, then.
All right, welcome back to Getting Weird. Obviously, if you can't tell, I'm joined, as always, with Meatball, producer Bex, and myself. Gingy is not feeling well today, so we wish him the best of luck in getting better.
Woo.
But to start off this show, Miss Cough over there, why were you shaking your head to start this show off?
Because I'm done.
We just started. How are you already done?
I'm done.
Oh,
I have no energy for this.
well, that makes two of us, but I'm still gonna push through regardless.
Anyway, guys, welcome to Getting Weird, like I said. How are y'all doing today, Meatball?
Tired, obviously, if you couldn't tell. I had work yesterday. I've actually been up since 2 in the morning. And,
Why didn't you take a nap?
because my body doesn't like naps unless if I'm, like, really, really dead-ass tired. It's one of those weird quirks of mine.
Okay, define dead ass tired.
Okay, so dead-ass tired for me
Yeah.
is I do a bunch of stuff, right? And I get my normal sleep and all that, right? But I'm still tired because I have sleep problems. Not like insomnia and shit, but I got like the apnea and shit. And even though I go to sleep, I don't sleep well. So by the time that I actually can get some decent sleep, I still feel like shit. And more or less, I had my sleep day really Friday because I slept into like 10:30 in the morning, which is late for me. And
That was probably nice, wasn't it, though?
I'm jealous.
maybe, I don't know.
You slept till 10 o'clock today.
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
had a headache, sorry.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, but
But usually I'm the one getting up early with the kids.
true.
No, I was up early with him yesterday. It's also because I was off
Because you got off
going
work.
Yeah,
So you were up with them.
And then today you slept till like 10 o'clock, too. So.
But I didn't sleep till 10 yesterday.
damn, we're just throwing fucking shade everywhere.
No, I'm
today,
not
I
throwing
guess.
shade. She deserves the sleep.
Well,
It's
of
just the
course.
fact that, you know, she goes, I wish, and it's like you literally just did that
Yeah, but
today.
yeah, but so I more or less had my like long sleep day on Friday, and then worked all day Saturday. I got little naps in between, but like once 2 o'clock hit, I was just like, I can't sleep, and basically had been up since 2, and took like a micro 20-minute nap, and here we are now. And Bex, over to you now. How you doing?
I'm good. Ready for school tomorrow. The kids had 5-day weekend. Yeah, that was rough. That was very evident today, too. Kenzie and Riker were fighting a lot because they've been together for 5 days.
I can't wait to see one of, like, Kenzie just throw a haymaker just one time at Riker. It's gonna be.
It's probably not
they're
gonna-
fighting over toys because he's used to having his time where he gets the toys all to himself during the day, other than like on the weekends, and he hasn't had that for 5 days, so it was a little rough, but they actually did pretty good this week. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, just ready for school. You know, we got.
I mean,
Kenzie lost 2 teeth in 2 days.
We're gonna get into that in a little while. All right, but no. 9 times out of 10, it's his younger sister though that decides to punk him. Like I said,
Yeah.
with she pulled some Grand Theft Auto shit on his ass, and we have a Power Wheels Jeep that we bought for Kenzie that she's kind of too big for, and then now Riker drives it around. He drives this thing like he's in fucking Need for Speed.
He drives the thing like he's Richard Petty.
Yeah. The funny thing is, when we got it for her, he was about the age Paisley is, and he was driving it like a pro to begin with, and Paisley doesn't. Not even close.
But she still she pushed his ass out of the Jeep and then just stole the wheel. I was like, damn, that child is Grand Theft Auto his ass. So,
But yeah, no, yeah. I mean, he's used to him and Paisley get into it all day, every day over toys, but him and Kenzie not so much. I don't know. Kel, how are you?
if I wasn't feeling so shitty and also like damn near dying last night, she listened to me. So I guess I either choked myself awake last night because I started coughing and like I either swallowed saliva or swallowed fucking mucus from whatever I got going on here. But I just started fucking coughing, and if I hadn't started coughing, I probably would have like croaked last night. It was real weird.
Are you sure it's not the antifreeze she's
It might be the antifreeze that she's slipping into my coffee. But no, I like woke up and I coughed for like a good probably 2-3 minutes last night straight, and had to get up and come get water. Came outside here and got some water out of the dispenser, and then went back in there, and she was like, I even asked her this morning, I was like, did you hear me almost die? And she goes, yeah, but then you got water, came back, and you were fine. She goes, I figured you were like, oh, he's still breathing, so we're good.
I was like, you got up, so I was like, oh,
Yeah, he's still breathing.
okay.
He's fine.
He's coughing. If you're coughing, you're still fine.
The general well-being of a married couple, everyone.
No, but I'm tired. I'm not looking forward to this week. So, but you know, this week of work is going to be a very interesting week, and we'll see what happens with it.
I couldn't agree any more with you on that one.
Now I want to go back to the Rangers winning the Super Bowl. Oh wait,
What?
Wait a minute. That's the wrong sport, you dumb
no,
dumb.
I'm just kidding. The Rangers won the World Series, but I'm not really even worried about that.
I was
We
just
talked about
saying.
that
much.
last week.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
we
gonna
did.
say,
We mentioned it, but I'm going to mention it for a while
Oh, okay.
till the next World Series.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and crush you real quick. You know, the last time that the Cowboys won a Super
Oh
Bowl,
my God! Here we
VHS
go.
was still a big thing. So let's just see what
You're
the
not
Cowboys can
fucking
do.
wrong, you motherfucker. I hate you.
Boy,
Anyway,
does that mean we're going into
No,
fantasy?
no, not yet.
No, not yet, not
You
yet.
guys brought up football, so I was asking.
Calm down. Just because you don't sit at the table with us 9 times out of 10 doesn't mean that you can jump the gun, producer.
Hey, she
Hey,
can
I
jump
can
the
do
gun
what I
whenever
want.
she wants.
Anyway,
I can do what I want.
I did want to recap, though. If any of you guys missed it, we did do a live sessions of...
The Oregon Trail. I mean,
yeah.
Oregon Trail.
Wait, what kind of trail were
wasn't
you
that bad.
on?
Oh, I found a board game of the Oregon Trail,
Yes, I also did see this.
and I was gonna see if you wanted me to get it.
Ooh, I was gonna say it was like shooting for like 30, wasn't it?
I saw it at the thrift store when I was working there
Ooh.
the other day,
I mean, I don't know why you didn't pick it up.
because I didn't know if you guys actually wanted it.
See, now like a thing that I would probably do is I'd look at the next, probably just like find Risk or something.
That actually wouldn't be too bad of a board game to play either. But since Gingy's sitting here in my head going, blah, 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 tell them where we're at. Okay, cool, guys. If you didn't see the Oregon Trail the other day, we are on YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment at Getting Weird Pod. You make sure you use the @ symbol to find Getting Weird Pod. We are also on any social media besides X or Twitter or whatever it is.
we're not on X.
You can also find us on
What is
Instagram.
X?
It's
X
the
is
new Twitter.
new Twitter.
It's
So
Eli-
it's Twitter, but it's X now.
So since Eli Musk owns Twitter now, he changed it to X. It's no longer Twitter.
Oh. Yeah, I don't use Twitter.
Anyway, we're not on Twitter, but you can find us on any social media. You can also, later in the podcast, we'll tell you what our Instagrams are. But yeah, go like, subscribe, comment. Also, make sure you comment and ring the fucking bell.
Or you could just ring the bell. It doesn't matter. As long as there's something on there. Like, comment, good stuff.
Comment.
Anyway,
Leave
to
us
recap
something
that-
to read.
That's true. Nick actually did comment on it.
He did. But
I mean, there's a few people that have commented.
Yeah.
So.
Really? I haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't checked recently.
yeah.
Well, I get to check all the time.
I mean, yeah, you own the page.
Well, there's that, and I have other sources as well, so it's pretty nice.
But anyway, guys, just to recap real quick first before we go into the highlights from week whatever the fuck we're in fantasy, I do want to recap the Oregon Trail. We did really well. It was actually, surprisingly, the game was nice to us this time. We're not going to give any spoilers, guys.
Wait.
Go watch it.
There's spoilers?
One person died. Only one person.
Of course.
Only one person,
So
and that's it.
go see who it was.
But we did make top 8.
we did.
We did.
We did make top 8 on
We
the
actually were
leaderboard.
able to place on the top 8 on this game.
Yeah,
So-
which is it's a high honor. I'd like to say thanks.
Well,
to my
it was top
parents.
10, but we placed 8, so
Yeah,
I
you
kind of
know.
delivered that wrong.
I'd like to thank my parents for having me.
Oh my God, it's not your fucking
My
CMA
goodness.
award, motherfucker.
Oh wait, it's not the country music awards.
Do you want me to go fucking Ricky Gervais on your ass?
It's Ricky Gervais.
Thank your
you
fucking
idiot.
supervisors, your fucking producers, and get your little award and get the fuck out.
It's Ricky Gervais, by the way,
Whatever.
but it doesn't matter. So,
Anyway, Meanwhile, you ready for this? This is your
I
favorite
don't-
time of the week, and you know it is.
I don't. Is it really that time?
It is really that time.
Is it really that time?
Bex,
I guess it's.
welcome to the first sit-down episode
Of the fantasy
football update.
I'm gonna go ahead and start off by
You
saying
had
fuck
such a
you
sour week. I know. I kind of stole that
by
'cause
trying
I-
to steal my
I
thunder,
didn't
you
try to steal
asshole.
it from you at all.
Oh, you
I just
didn't
said it
try
with
to, but you definitely did.
I'm sorry. I will not do that.
No,
next
it's
week.
okay. It's fine. I'll just go fuck myself. Either way,
Wow.
welcome to week 9 of the standings. So we're going into week 10 now, but week 9 of our standings. And like
How many
always,
weeks are there?
we have 14 weeks, I want to say.
I'm pretty sure it goes to
14 or 16, I can't remember off the top of my head.
because then you have no, it's 16 because then there's 2 weeks of the playoffs.
Either way, regular season's coming really fast at the edge here. And just like always, we're going to go ahead and we're going to work our way from the bottom up and coming in last with finally one win,
You got it, folks.
sitting at
got it.
1-8 is my old man. And again,
Who
decided
did he beat?
I think he beat Gingy, if I'm not mistaken.
That's true because Gingy didn't check his shit.
That yeah, so 1-8.
It's okay, I'm mad at him.
And he changed his name again to wait till next year.
The amount of name changes that this man has, he should have the fucking Infinity Stones from goddamn Marvel.
Wow. Did you come up with that one all on your own?
No, I read it on another post.
All right, fair enough. Sitting in at 3-6, in 7th at 3-6 is my brother Boone. Sitting in at 6th at 3-6 is Kill.
Yeah. It's not been a good run for me.
Definitely not in this league. In the other one, though, different story. But
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
sitting at 5th right now at 4-5 is Gingy himself. And that was a very crucial game for somebody at this table because had I not won that game, I don't think I would have made it into the playoffs, or at least had a contention for the playoffs.
The season hasn't ended yet, motherfucker.
I said in the hunt, in contention. You dirty old bastard.
Why am I old now?
Because you are, bitch.
God, wow.
Sitting in 4th is yours truly at 4-5, which is not something I'm proud to say of, being under 500.
If anybody heard the ear flap there, thank you, Ray, for giving us a goddamn ear flap.
Yeah.
We're going to use that as a fucking text message alert now. Yeah. Go on.
Sitting in at 3rd is Mama Kill at 6-3. 6-3.
Yeah. I lost last
That's
week.
because we helped her pick her team.
No, she did it all by herself.
She
All
did.
skill. All skill.
You guys did help a little, but not as much as the fact that Meatball
amount of
literally
questions-
picked all of.
The amount of questions
Jakey's.
that you yes, that's true. The amount of questions that you ask me every single week. Should I start this person? Should I do this?
But it doesn't mean I have to do
So
it.
who am I actually? Am I helping you or helping myself?
Yes.
Because obviously I'm not helping myself. So
I guess you could say that.
Oh, I mean,
And then
the one player I wanted, I did not get,
That is true. That is true.
and I'm bitter about it.
And then sitting in at number 2 is Brockton with still his name of CD's Nuts. All because he has CD Lamb. Sitting at 7-2. And then sitting still at first, which
it pains every single one of us at this goddamn
it really
table.
does. But the
Okay,
fact that
so-
he is 8-1, though, he has a loss, is Meatball 2.0, also known as Jakey Wakey.
And lost to Gigi. So
That is true.
So-
He did.
Brock has 2 losses.
He does have 2, yes.
So if by some miracle Jakey Wakey loses this week, will he go down to 2nd if Brock wins?
no, they'll be tied for first.
Damn.
That's a very good question, and from what I can tell,
It might be points wise. That's gonna.
if Brockton is to outscore Jakey this week, Jakey loses. Brockton has a chance to move up to first.
It with them having a tie record because that would be
It's
7-2.
They would
It would both be 8 and
they'd
2.
be 8-2,
Yeah, 8 and
but
2.
Then that's going to go into
the points for
what
points.
who has more points of who's going to.
and as
take
of
first, so-
yeah, because as of right now, if he scores more points and Jakey loses and has less points, might be a possibility that he moves up ahead. So there's that.
Well, hopefully Jakey loses this week.
I mean, hey, whatever happens, happens, though, right?
Well, because I'm playing him, so I want to win.
Of course.
So hopefully he loses.
And since
Who
we're
are you
talking,
playing?
Jakey Wakey.
and since we're
Oh.
talking about who we're playing this week, we might as well hop into that as well. Going into week 10, So this week I've got my old man, and he's already up 10.9 points on me.
Did his defense play?
No, he had DJ Moore playing from the
Carolina?
Chicago Bears.
Oh, I thought he was on Carolina.
No, he's a Chicago Bear.
Oh, they did say that because he was on the Bears
Yeah.
or Carolina last season.
Yeah.
They had 2 people that like flopped teams,
Yep.
and then they played each other this week.
Yep.
So-
And then Brock is playing Bo this week, which, I mean, that's a game. And then Jakey is playing Mama Kill, obviously, this week. So we're obviously going to be pulling for Bex to win that one.
Yep.
And she's only down by 10.2 right now, so she's got a shot considering that Thielen played. So yeah, she's got a shot still. And then you are playing Gingy this week. kill.
And Gingy hasn't edited his lineup, so
Yeah, I mean,
it's not looking too good if he doesn't edit his lineup.
Well, he had to have done something because he picked up.
Yeah, he must have
He
edited
picked up
his
what's
team.
his name that I wanted.
Yeah, he
Remember?
had to.
Maybe he figured out the waiver wire just to fuck with you.
Oh, jeez. But that is so far what we're looking at going into week 10.
Gingy and
And
I are about to have some fighting words when I see him.
Oh shit!
oh boy,
Because that probably would have put me in the projectile to beat Jakey Wakey.
I mean, hey, it's still a possibility that you can
No, I
win.
know.
Anything happens on any given Sunday.
I know, but still.
I will say though, and this has nothing to do with like fantasy wise, but I watched the Chicago Bears against the Panthers, and so the Bears ended up pulling that one out as a win against the Panthers. So at the time though, the Bears were 2-7 and
Carolina.
was 1-7. And I was like, if you combined their wins, they still wouldn't equal their fucking losses. Like,
Yeah.
it was like, but it was a primetime fucking Thursday game.
Hey,
And it was the
battle.
most awful fucking.
It's the battle of the worst, dude. That's what it was.
It was, bro, it was awful. I was watching that game
I mean-
going, I don't even know why people are watching this. I was like, Amazon, how could you put this up as primetime football?
I'm gonna go ahead and say this for like just being real right now. The fact that Chicago is playing worse, Chicago and Carolina are both playing worse than the Texans right now. That should tell you what kind of season it's been.
Yeah, but CJ Stroud's actually fucking
He's
playing
he's phenomenal.
Phenomenal for the fucking Texans.
Definitely stellar. A lot of people wrote him off in the beginning, and look where he's at now.
I know you're sitting over here going, I don't
Yeah, Dad.
know. Y'all are speaking French.
But
No, you're not speaking French. Players' names. I don't know players' names.
But with
Very
that,
few do I know.
yeah. But with that being said, that was the fantasy football update this week, and
But I did know Jared Goff, and I am mad that I did not get him.
damn, Jared Goff.
Somebody wanted you, Jared Goff.
Somebody
Somebody
wanted
out
you.
there
Apparently,
wanted
two
you.
people because Gingy got him and I didn't.
Damn.
Anyway, so I wanted to roll into what Becca mentioned earlier because
Who?
I was waiting
Bex, producer Bex mentioned earlier that yes, we do have a daughter that lost 2 teeth within 2 days of one another. She's making the tooth fairy fucking go broke. I can tell you that right now.
And not only that, you got your own at-home personal Cody Mouch. So for those that don't know, Cody Mouch is a right guard for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the man has no 2 front teeth. So just wanted to make that reference.
Here we go. Oh, I missed it. I didn't even get my finger underneath there. Hold on. Wait. 1.
It's not the first time you missed that finger going in
Shut
there, is
up.
it?
It is not. That is not even true. You can ask the person sitting next to you.
No comment.
Hey, computer. See, look at that. I can avoid things too.
No, it was you were here for the
I was here for the first one,
for
Yeah.
the for the first one, and
which
you
that
should have
happened
seen
on
me.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she lost the other one yesterday. So
Yeah, so 2 days, 3 days, 2 teeth gone.
yep.
Yeah, I kind of sat there and I was just like, you know what? You know, you lose that first one, and it's kind of just like the other one just feels lonely, and it's just like, you know what? I kind of just want to get out now too.
Well,
you saw
it was hanging. It was crooked.
yeah.
Like one side of it was hanging down, and
I'm not.
she's got school pictures on Tuesday,
Yeah, that
and
was-
I was like, no, that looks funky.
no, she and I
Almost
both were like,
snaggletooth.
No,
she
I don't
and-
care. Like, okay, you can be without 2 teeth in your school pictures. That's fine, but you're not doing a picture with one missing tooth and one hanging there, crooked, looking funky.
Hello,
It literally was like
it's me.
it basically yes, exactly. You would have she would have gone in there and smiled, and then you would have been like, "What the fuck is that?"
Why are you looking like a country bumpkin?
Well, that, and we were afraid that we literally made her
I was
pull it
gonna say
out
meth
before
head.
dinner because we were afraid that she was going to bite into something and it pop out and her swallow it, and then she'd have a meltdown.
She would have cried because the
She
fact
would have
that
had a meltdown.
that
Especially
the tooth
because
fairy's
Daddy
not
has
gonna
told her
bring
that
me
the tooth
this
fairy
and-
won't bring her money if her tooth is missing.
Granted, she's making the tooth fairy go broke right now.
Yeah, fucking kids. Why do they need to lose teeth?
No, it was one of those things that you were here for when she lost it and came in and wanted to show me.
Yeah.
And you saw how like you and I were playing Madden and I paused it. Like I was really like ecstatic about it. And
Yeah, I mean, we were having a down in the dumps game on that one, and I was getting fucking heated. I mean, I was holding it in internally, but like, I was getting heated. And then when she came in with no tooth, I was just like,
damn, son, you look like a goddamn hick over there. Look at that.
It definitely brought me out of that dark rain cloud, and I was just like, all right,
Well,
cool.
she was excited, and she's been literally for like a month with that first tooth, wiggling it. When's it going to come out? When's it going to come out? Begging me to take it out. And then once it came out, she goes, I don't like it. Because she goes, and especially now that there's two missing, she goes, I can't eat. I have to eat. I don't like eating on the side of my mouth. And yeah, she's like, but then she likes to sit there and like chew things in the front and be like, look, mommy, it's stuck. And yeah, it's.
So after you left, I started having her say the word last. And she kept saying wast. Like she was like wast. And I was like, and I told her on the couch, and I was like, Kenzie, I don't know what wast is. I keep saying for you to say last, and you keep saying wast. What is wast?
Stop it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So with just one missing, her like lisp and her words weren't as bad. Now she has two missing. Yeah, you can hear it.
Yeah, I would imagine.
All that damn hot
She
air
sounds-
escapes through those two holes right there.
She definitely sounds different now.
No, but so it brings me to the question that I was going to ask. So I know that most of us don't remember, besides on our side, and you saw it a little bit while we were here. So what was y'all's first, like, losing your tooth experience, like your first tooth?
I don't.
Do y'all
remember
remember?
my first one? I don't remember my first one, but I do know. And like after talking to my parents, they reminded me. They were like, we used to use a washcloth to pull your teeth out, like a wet washcloth. And once they said that, it triggered the memory, and I was like, oh, I remember that. I remember like when my teeth were loose and they were just kind of hanging there. And them going, go get a washcloth, go get it wet, and using that to pull them out. We did try, the string tricks and stuff like that. And
String with the goddamn Nerf gun. Did you hear Jesse
yeah,
yesterday
no,
going,
not with a
"That
Nerf gun.
doesn't
but
work."
Yeah, I heard that story from Ann, but no, it was put a string on it and slam the door. Because
why are you laughing?
I
Stop
feel
it.
I feel like every kid has done that because they just think, oh, that'll be cool, it'll be fun, and it doesn't really work.
So I actually remember the first 4 teeth that came out on me. And for me, it was my 2 front teeth, just like Kenzie's. And then it was actually my 2 bottom teeth, like right here. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, all at different times except...
You looked like a reverse hamster, didn't you?
Exactly. No, but it was like... I remember it was 1, 2 that both came out at the same time. And then once these 2 started to fill back in, it was the bottom 2 that came out right afterward. Because that's just how it ended up going for me. All of my teeth, I actually pulled out on my own. And sometimes I kind of wish I would have went back and just been like...
I'm a man. I'm a big, strong man.
I wish I would have just went back, smacked myself in the face, and just been like, hey, let them come out naturally, damn it. Because all of my teeth now are weirdly all sharp. Like, because the way that I pulled them all out, some of them had the root attached to it. and
I had one like that.
all of my teeth now, like even like up to some of my molars, have points on them. And I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world if I got to like bite through some like chewy meat or something. It's whatever. I could just, just rip it right off.
Yeah, neither one of those can't hurt. Both of hers came
I
out
mean-
super clean.
Wagyu, you can just fucking melt through.
No, that literally just let it sit in my mouth. At that point,
Some Wagyu beef.
That thing's like goated beef right there.
No, hers came out clean, and her second one actually came out with less blood than the first one. That one was more than ready to come out, but she was sitting there trying to pull it out on her own.
And then I went and finished it off.
Yeah, and then one of the big things that like helped me at least when I was pulling my teeth out was the saltwater trick that I was showing
Which you showed us.
Yeah, so my mom would always tell me to put salt and water, warm water, swish it around my mouth because it'll start healing up the wounds faster.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was always fun because there'd be
We're not done. Stop that.
there'd be some days I'd like come home after school and I'd just be wiggling the shit out of my tooth, and then eventually I'd just pull it out, and then
I always pulled mine whenever you got that, like, remember, like, if you pulled it this way and you got that, like, break, you could feel between the tooth and the gum right there. And you're like, if you could put your tongue in there, that thing was ready to fucking...
Well, that's what her second one was doing, was it was hanging on the one side. You could see the top of the tooth.
yeah.
Because it was ready.
So, and you guys are probably gonna think I'm weird for this. I always pushed my teeth back.
Okay.
Like I pushed it back into my mouth, not forward, just because small hands. Well, they're
not
small.
really small.
They were smaller back in the day, but I had small and not as stumpy of hands, so it was easier for me to just push them back and then like kind of wiggle out. And yeah, so that's probably why a lot of my teeth are all fucked up.
So I don't remember the teeth that I lost. I just remember that when I lost my bottom ones first. I know that. So my two bottom ones, and then I lost my two top ones. So right after my permanent teeth started coming in, my mother took me to the pool, and I put my knees on like it was a drainage thing, like, stuff that's in the water, it drains into the thing, like whatever. Well, it was ceramic, like the side of the pool, or very slick. Well, I put my knees on it, and I was talking to her, and I slipped, and I came down and banged both of my permanent teeth on that pool side right there, and it broke both of my permanent teeth right after they came in. And my mother spent probably a couple $100 getting my teeth bonded and fixed right after they came in. She was so mad at me, and even to this day, she'll still tell you, she goes, that part, I hate the fact that you fucking did that. She goes, come on. Like, they just came in, and you decide to break them.
Damn, Mom. It's like I'm a fucking kid or something.
Yeah, I know. But now, which leads me into the next question, because this one I want to know, because you and I have had this discussion about, what we got from the Tooth Fairy. So what was significant about what you got from the Tooth Fairy? And I'll start this one. So my parents bought me this book, and it came with this fucking pink moon with a bag attached to it, and it explained this whole thing and blah blah. And you put your tooth in the bag and put the moon in the bag underneath your pillow. Sure. And the book explained the fact that the Tooth Fairy took the teeth and threw them up into the sky, and they became stars. All right. So, but when the Tooth Fairy left me money, it was always a gold dollar. So, and it was significant to me because, my dad used to sit there and be like, hey, this is really cool. They're pretty rare. You don't see them all the time, the gold dollar. And so what was significant, or if there was anything for you guys?
I don't remember. I feel like I just got like a mix of things.
Nothing specific?
Not that I really remember.
Did you have anything specific?
I think mostly for me, it was just, you put your tooth underneath the pillow, you'd get $1. And then I think the last tooth that I lost, I think that was the only one that I got more than $1, but I can't remember how much off the top of my head.
So there wasn't really anything specific for you guys?
No.
Why don't you tell your story of what, and I know we're talking loud, but what you went through with, because I like specific stuff. I like things to mean things. And I'll be honest with you, like with anything with my kids, I want things to mean things and something that you can go, hey, that's kind of cool, or that's rare, or, whatever with my children. And I'll use one to talk about that. So I had the Great Pumpkin.
Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
had
And
a great
didn't
pumpkin.
I bring this up on a show before?
I think you might have, but it's been a while. So why don't you go ahead and explain it again?
The Great Pumpkin, it came from Charlie Brown. It was the whole Great Pumpkin thing. And when I was a kid, my mother used to tell me that you gave your candy for kids that weren't able to get any during Halloween. So you put it out for the Great Pumpkin, and the Great Pumpkin took your candy. Granted, let's be real, as an adult, you're like, that's just an excuse for your kids to give you their shit, and then you give them something. So it's basically like getting, and they would bring you a prize or like a treat or whatever, and it usually was like a toy or whatever that, it was kind of a different way to spoil your kids in a other sense. Well, when I had kids, I told Becca about it. Bex, sorry. See, I didn't even have to get there. I told Bex about it, and she was like, that nobody else does this besides you. Even my mother-in-law was like.
So the one I had heard about, which Sarah actually does, was the Switch Witch. It's the same concept, but it's a Switch Witch, which was what I had heard about. But we do the Great Pumpkin now for the kids, because that's what he did. But yeah, so that's Switch Witch is the same concept. It's just called something else.
Well, my mother-in-law was like, she's going to go to school and be like, yeah, I got this from the Great Pumpkin, and there's going to be kids at school. They're like, I don't know what the hell that is.
And that's okay though. But then that just means she gets to explain it.
But that's the whole concept.
That's what I told my mom.
The Great Pumpkin takes your candy and gives it to kids that didn't get any candy over Halloween. So you're donating basically your candy for a price. It came from Charlie Brown. Yes, that was the original thought process. But my parents gave me, like I said, the gold dollars from the Tooth Fairy to be a specific kind of like, it's different and it's not normal.
Yeah.
So, which leads me into what with Becca, and you can go ahead and tell that story of the trying to get a gold dollar, which didn't happen.
Yeah. So I went and tried to get them, and so I went out to to the bank, and they didn't have any. So then I was like, okay, well, what about 50-cent pieces? And they didn't have any of those either. So then I ended up doing $2 bills. But so I was prepared. Because I was like, all right, there's 2 really loose ones. And watch, with my luck, they're gonna be lost, and I'm not gonna be able to go back and get more. So I got $10 worth. I was like, I'm good. We're prepared. Yeah, well, I did not check them, and one of them was written on. So we were like, all right, can't really use that one. But yeah, she did. She lost 2 within 3 days of each other, and I didn't have time to go back to the bank and get more. And so the Tooth Fairy had to write her a note and say, hey, sorry, you lost 2 teeth too close together. And so she got, for the first tooth, because it was the first one, she got $6. 3 $2 bills. And then we were like, okay, after that, we'll do two $2 bills. And so then, yeah, she got one and then two singles. Yeah, so she got one and then two singles, but the Tooth Fairy promised her that the tradition would be back by the next tooth she loses, which I ordered for her off of Amazon a little thing to put her teeth in when she loses them. So it's a little like door hanger, and there's a little pouch in it, and it says, "Tooth Fairy, please stop here."
I.e. parents, this is another easier way to get the teeth from the kids instead of you having to go underneath their fucking pillow.
But it says like, "Tooth Fairy, please stop here." But with us being out in Guam, things don't ship next day or 2 days later, and we get it. It takes like 2 weeks, and so I did tell her, I was like, all right, well, I ordered this and it'll be here. And then she lost both teeth, and I was like, well, I guess it'll be here for the next one because it's supposed to be here on Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. So
yeah,
I wasn't.
Sorry, Meatball, we haven't like taken you
enough.
Out of the show right now.
It's just it obviously, for me, it's definitely different, especially seeing it from the outside in.
Well, and things for you to think about when you have kids too.
Yeah,
being specific, something that they'll remember.
Yeah, and for me, I mean,
or something to do for your niece.
Yeah, maybe
too, by that point in time where you relay that to CD these nuts and and
oh god, yeah. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the idea of doing, like, fun stuff and all of that, but at the same time, I mean, a lot of our traditions were not really, like, prominent, really. Mm-hmm. So, like, our big things were, like, Easter, we'd all get together and do Easter stuff, whatever. Huh?
You gave me an idea. Go ahead. Keep going.
Oh, okay. Christmas, was always Christmas. We'd all do our stuff in the morning together with the family, and then, go to like my uncle's place and do Christmas with them. I mean, those were really two of the big like tradition things that we more or less did. I mean, other than that, I mean, losing teeth as a kid, it was just losing teeth, and then, you kind of sleepily wake up in the middle of the night seeing somebody taking your tooth, and then you kind of make the connection of, so that's what happens. And then, yeah, I think
so. Ruined early is what you kind of said.
Yeah, more or less. But it's not like I didn't just was like, oh yeah, whatever. But I played along with it as long as I could.
I feel like the Tooth Fairy is just literally another reason for kids to get money.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. So
everything is spoiling your kids, or sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
But it's also a way to keep them believing in something.
It is,
yeah.
and keeping that childhood
and to think about something, because literally once those things are gone, you kind of go, all this shit was fake. Age everything across the board was fucking fake, but it leaves you to believe in something.
Yeah. So age 12 for me was the last time that Santa was Santa. Mm-hmm. And I had to have a sit down with my mom and my dad. Mostly my mom, because my dad was just like, I don't really need to be here for this, really. Come on. But she told me more or less the story of St. Nicholas. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And kind of conveyed it in a way that made sense to where he was a real person, but we spread the joy and everything through him kind of deal. And Which, I mean, kind of helped lighten the blow. But
I actually read something on Facebook one time, just recently, not too long ago, because it was like, someone had posted something, a story that someone had written about, like, how to explain to your children when the time comes about Santa. And they were like, oh, it's a good way to explain it is that, like, Santa is a thought and what did they say the exact word? I can't think of the exact word, but basically the story was saying, like, explain to them how Santa is a way of giving, my brain's not working, giving without recognition.
yeah,
Basically.
yeah,
Like, it's because, you think about it, you guys got presents from Santa and you never
no,
thanked your father or I because you didn't know it was actually us.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and so, it's like you try to get them to realize that it's the spirit of giving without expecting
and
recognition.
And that was one of the cool things too. Was
Wait, hold up. Santa's not real?
Shut up.
stop.
My mom still writes Santa on things.
That was
Does she
actually
really?
that was actually what I was going to get into next. Was my mom and dad still actually, while we were still in the house living together, would still do gifts from Santa, but we knew that it was them finally. Well, it took me obviously a lot longer than the others, but
Wait, so you're telling me Santa's not real?
Well,
My
and
whole
like,
life's a lie?
for us. So I have a brother who's 9 years younger than me. So we had Santa going on for a really long time.
oh yeah,
After I found out, and my mom was like, "You gotta keep it going. Gotta,
Yep.
But-
And that was actually one of the weird moments for me too. Was like I obviously I grew out of it and I understood. And there's another there's actually a tradition that we used to do is my dad and myself, and the one time that we had my brother Bo do it, we would dress up as Santa and we would go to my uncle's house and do the presents with the kids and do pictures and all that. So it was, oh man, I think the oldest cousin was, I think, like 9 or 10. And because this was the year that I decided I didn't want to do it, and my dad wasn't home because he was working somewhere. I couldn't remember off the top of my head. And Bo said that he'd go ahead and do it. One of our cousins was very observant of what was going on, and she clung to Bo pretty hard. And when she realized she couldn't see him, she kind of pulled me off to the side and went, "Santa's not real, is he?" And I went, "Fuck." Because I was just like...
Cousin Meatball having to describe Santa.
So I looked at my mom, I said, "Mom, I'm going to need you."
So
And... Yeah,
Sorry, go on.
That was a tough one because I kind of sat there and I was just like, all right.
what do I do?
So here, I'm going to be real with you. He may not be real in person, but he was a real person at one point. And I had to explain it in the way that it was explained to me. And I had to tell her that the little ones don't know yet.
Santa's not real?
This 30-year-old doesn't know yet
you-
either.
Now that you know, you have to play along.
You have to keep the spirit alive.
You have to keep it alive until they know.
Yeah.
Every person does this.
Well, yeah.
But you know,
I know,
it's
but
tough
every
to
person does this.
But it's tough to explain to a 9-10 year
I know.
old
Yeah.
kid that this person that you've been believing in for forever is not a real person at
Yeah.
all.
So I actually, the other day, and yes, I'm a firm believer of Christmas doesn't start till after Thanksgiving.
Hallelujah.
But
don't think Denise and them. And I know that they're
I've already been through it with her.
and they're gonna listen to this goddamn show.
But no,
and
she
guess
said-
what,
so-
Denise? Christmas doesn't start till after fucking Thanksgiving.
But no,
I don't
she
care if you
said
have your
that-
tree up with
So-
your goddamn sparkly
Hey.
lights. I don't care. Love you guys though.
She said that in the Dominican Republic, though, they don't do Halloween and Thanksgiving. They
Which
just
that
do
is-
straight to Christmas.
That is true. That is true.
But yes, I don't believe I'm firm on Christmas decorations and stuff don't go up till after Thanksgiving. But the other day, I did put on the Santa Claus, and the kids watched it with me.
With Tim Allen.
Yes, the one with Tim Allen.
I thought that was going somewhere like sexual. You put on the Santa Claus, and I was like,
No,
you
the
know,
movie.
I'm down for
The
this.
movie, The Santa Claus, and so thinking about
Don't
it
do
and
that.
actually
Don't do that.
Hey, I'm talking.
Yes, ma'am.
So actually watching it when you have little children, I picked up on things more than what I had picked up on, before.
Oh yeah.
And so one thing that really stood out to me on it though was when what was that?
Sorry. I don't know what that was.
Was when Barnaby was saying
I was trying to be a gecko. I don't know.
or no, not Barnaby. I think it was Judy was explaining to Scott Calvin that how children believe in Santa and see things more because their minds are more naive and they have more of that childhood spirit in them. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You got it. That's why, we do all these things for the kids and they all believe in all this stuff. And she was like, and you helping play along with it helps keep some of that childhood spirit in yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that one bit. I mean, you got to grow up eventually.
Well, yeah.
And it sucks. I'm on the ass end of it right now, I know. And
Wait, you're growing up?
it's crazy to think, right?
But in some ways you can
Weird.
still have that, and and I think partially the fact that I love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite holiday.
Christmas is just a spirit. It doesn't
It
matter
is.
what it is because we've experienced, and you know this too. So Bex and I were stationed in the Chicagoland area, and both of us lived in Wisconsin. And we experienced those white Christmases and the what you normally see on TV and can
I'm not gonna lie,
live
I
it.
miss it.
And
I will
I
say,
I
yeah.
kind of do too. You miss that
especially
that
after
fucking
that,
cold.
especially after that, being through that for 4
4
5
years. 4 years.
for the cold and the snow,
But
and
it's what you
it's being
come to
out
expect.
here. It's really hard for me to
Yeah, it's very
think
hard to
about
get in the
being
fucking
in the
Christmas spirit.
I
Yeah.
literally will.
She said it.
I will do all of the, especially during fall. Fall is my all-time favorite time of year. The sweaters and the boots and everything.
And also, so what we used to do every single fall while we were out there, because we had a big ass oak tree, and I kid you not, in our yard, that oak tree was probably at least 200 years old, and it used to, like normal trees do, in fall, it would just drop all of its leaves. So in fall, going into
I would actually
Chris-
sit there
we
and
would-
rake
we would
all the
rake
leaves,
all that shit up, and I'd sit
just
there
to
and
be able to let Kenzie jump in the leaves and
Yeah.
have the fun of it.
And then also we started a burn pit, and so we'd start burning it
Yeah.
while it was there too, and that was always fun to go out there and Becca would rake it up, Kinsey would go jump in it, and then after that she'd pick it up and we'd throw it on the
on the fire pit.
on the fire, and we'd have a.
Yeah, but I literally
I miss living in the Midwest for that specific thing.
for the 4 seasons.
Yeah, for the 4 seasons that you get
Yeah.
that you
But
don't see anywhere else.
I will sit here and during fall I will melt all of my pumpkin melts, and during Christmas I will do all my like cinnamon apples and my apple ciders, and that's the one thing that kind of helps, because with it being hot all the time and there's no real distinction between the seasons, even though like growing up in California, there's still a little bit. It does get cold, but it's, you still feel a little bit of the seasons. But yeah, it's especially too being out here with the fact that everything goes up super early. I mean, Christmas was already out before Halloween. Yeah. So that makes it hard too. It's like, it's really hard to stick to the seasons and the holidays, and it makes it a little bit harder. So,
and I enjoyed my white Christmases and my white New Year's.
Yeah.
Which, granted, one of those I would like to forget, but it is what it is.
And 2 of them, it actually snowed on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
I think the big thing for me, especially because I am Midwest.
You grew up there.
You're from Chicago. Not Chicago.
Not Chicago itself.
Illinois.
But yeah, I mean, having those white Christmases were always great. Chicago, the city itself, when you're up there during wintertime, it's beautiful. They got the...
Racine was beautiful. Like Old Town Racine, like in
downtown Racine.
In Wisconsin, was beautiful during...
And they did the tree lighting and everything.
And then Chicago also had like their like little German fest going on during winter, which great fucking schnitzel, by the way. Like, I'm telling you, you go up to any stand, they're selling schnitzel. That shit's fucking fire. Yeah. Great shit. Get hot chocolate while you're walking around.
That's the other thing I miss was we used to do hot chocolate a lot, and like on Christmas Eve, I started the tradition for us because like once we had Kenzie, I started the tradition of, tried to. It's a little bit hard when they're really little, but do pajamas, Christmas jammies, and a Christmas movie on Christmas Eve night, and hot chocolate and popcorn, and the movie part is always a little hard when they're little and they won't sit still. But.
That's I will definitely say that will come in time.
Well, yeah,
because
and they're finally, even Riker now. Like, I mean, it's Paw Patrol movie is the one movie that he for sure will sit there and sit through the whole entire thing. That, and lately the Mario movie.
Nice.
So I will say that, and so I said this to Kenzie earlier. I was like, I kind of wanted to move to Arizona,
Okay.
And it was hot, and Becca was like, that's fucking hot. Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
And she said, no, there's no snow.
And she said, there's no snow. And so you got to realize that my California-born kid that doesn't remember being in California by any means.
More than 2 weeks.
Well, she just remembers Wisconsin, dude.
And she remembers Wisconsin. And then my 2 Wisconsinite-born
babies
who love fucking cheese, which doesn't surprise me that, but Kenzie wants to go back somewhere that there's snow. She
tells
talks
me all
about
the
it
time.
every single, like, she misses snow. And it's like, and you go, do I want to? And I don't know. I actually kind of want to know your opinion. Is that something that I do? I know you're moving back to Florida soon.
Yeah, I mean,
or is it just that kid mentality that?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I
miss snow too.
I miss the snow. Do I
too.
miss shoveling the snow? No. Do I miss going to work at 3 a.m. or getting off at 3 a.m. and having to clean all the snow off my car in the freezing cold and snow coming down? No.
No, but do I miss the cold and the snow? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
As much as at the time,
I think once you become
much as I hated it at the time of like, I'm freezing, I'm always cold anyways, but I'm freezing and I hate the cold.
I think once anybody experiences it, you kind of get it.
So
you being there, born and raised.
I will go ahead and I will start off with this.
Do you miss it?
Do I miss the cold? Not really. Do I miss the snow? Yeah, I do. There's days that I remember having so much fun building snow forts and, and I don't mean like, just like a little bunker hill, whatever thing. No, I mean like we used to like make igloo freaking forts. Like we could like dig out the freaking inside and like make little windows and shit. Like that was fun. But those are memories of mine that I will always cherish, and they'll always be with me. And, I'm never going to forget about those days. And that's why, for me, I'm okay with moving somewhere away from snow, because I know the feeling. I know what it's like.
When you got to grow up in it.
Yeah, you did.
And that's part of the reason, too, that I want to go back where there's snow, because the kids were so little. Yeah, Kenzie would make, Ian and Kenzie
Kenzie still
Kill and
remembers
Kenzie
it.
made snowmen, and,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
got to play in it, but they were never really old enough to actually go sledding.
Yeah, which
Riker and Paisley were never really old enough to, Paisley definitely, to play in the snow.
Yeah.
And, it's like, and actually do snowball fights and stuff like that. So I want them to be able to experience that.
I would say if you're gonna go back and at least try and give that to them.
And it doesn't even have to be Wisconsin.
No,
like, I'd be fine with, Washington or,
Washington would be nice.
Something
Idaho
like that.
gets snow. Freaking.
Yeah, there's lots of places that get snow still,
yeah.
but it doesn't have to be exactly Wisconsin. But
Yeah,
I do want them to be able to, or even, even me growing up, I was in California, but we lived between 15 to 30 minutes from the mountains, depending on which mountains you went to. And my parents would take us up there at probably at least once a winter.
Yeah.
And we'd go up there and we'd go play in the snow and we went ice skating. And there was a Santa's Village when I was a kid, which they finally brought back. And we'd go up there, and my mom and my grandma would take us up there, and we'd go walk around and get hot chocolate or hot apple cider and pie and walk around and see all the Christmas lights and, all that fun stuff in the snow. And
Weirdly, the best/worst memory I ever had with snow was the last time that I ever strapped up pads to play in my final.
There you go.
My final senior game. 1 yard made the difference, and I'm telling you, that ref fucking cheated. I know he did, because he was from the same town that we were playing against. So, fuck you, ref. But it was the best and the worst memory, because it was awesome, because I'd never played in like a legit snow game before. I know, crazy, right? In my, at that time, 18 years of living in Illinois, I did not ever play in a real snow game. And then just having that loss kind of stung. And, I mean, it'd be the last time I'd ever get to do that, so
yeah,
it hurt,
Well,
but...
So the one thing that I'm going to say to you, though, Meatball, is since we're going into the holiday season...
The holiday season.
The holiday season.
No, I already did it.
So whoop-dee-doo.
Stop.
And dickory-dock.
All right. I only wanted to do the one, but you just went and did it all.
But, so we are going to need help with the elf on the shelf.
he's not going to be here.
He will.
I'll be here for most of it.
Yeah. He can help us with the elf on the shelf. We need some new creativity with that, because I can only put a peppermint stick in a goddamn box so many times.
I've thought of a few new ideas.
I think we can come up with some good creative ones.
We're definitely going to need
Now,
help
however,
with the tree, though.
for
again.
our listeners, if you have any really creative ones, and I'm going to say this right now, it better not be fucking sexual.
Yeah, we're
It
we're
better not
that
be
cool.
sexual. It better not be anything fucking like
And just
in that.
and just so I know, do we have 2 or do we have 3 this
We have
year?
2.
Two.
Okay.
2.
Only
But-
2. The girls have one, and
But-
Riker's got one.
Okay.
But if you guys have any ideas,
And the
go
hard,
ahead and
the hard thing for us is there are plenty of ideas that I have, but it has to be stuff that can be put up or done up high, because we do still have a 2-year-old that does not understand don't touch.
So I do have an idea, and
But-
we'll talk about it later.
But still, for our listeners, if you listen to the show and you're listening to it on YouTube, or if you listen to it on Spotify and still want to go find it on YouTube, go find it, leave that comment, and please tell us if you have any
Or even comment on the Facebook page, in the
Yeah.
Facebook group.
Yep.
saying, "Hey,
Send a
try this,"
screenshot, or
or,
if you see
you know-
something. I know people post things on Facebook of different ideas. Post something, help us out. We need lots of help.
But still, no, we do. We need help. Stop coughing.
Sorry, I told you, no
But
promises.
no, but if you see something or you have something that you can possibly send us for Elf on the Shelf to help us out,
do it.
yeah, do it. Comment.
Yes, please. We need help.
Yeah.
Mostly me. I need help.
Oh my God, I don't think people can offer the help you need.
Kenzie's already asking me. She goes,
Yeah, you're right.
"Are the elves gonna come after Thanksgiving?" And I was like,
Also, and this one pains me because don't you have duty on Thanksgiving?
That is a fact. I
So
will be
you're missing our family tradition again.
Which no, I didn't miss it the first time, nerd.
He was here last year.
Did
I
you
was- I
watch
was-
White Christmas with us?
He was
Yes.
here last year
Okay.
I just wasn't in the photographs.
Okay. Well, I'm not.
Idiot.
because he was in the rocker.
I'm not.
No, Jakey was in the rocker. I was on
Oh
the
yeah, that's
couch.
right. Both of them did. That's
they
right.
were
They
both
were.
here.
Yeah.
Yep. So, this will be the first year that I miss,
Well,
sadly. But it's okay.
You know what? I'm okay with watching it again. The
You
day
know-
I am
after.
too.
You know
So
what?
because I kind of want you to be part of it too. Again,
F it. We'll do it. We'll do it again.
Again. So, and I'll tell you something that we have as a family tradition that I started back when Bex and I were.
We started when we were
Dating.
dating. It
Yeah.
just we did it one year, and then we were like, let's
And
just do this every year.
So every year, right after Thanksgiving, we you eat your meal, whatever, and then when you get settled down, we always watch White Christmas as a family tradition. And we make the kids watch it. Well, not make the kids, but we
force them to watch.
yeah, we force them to watch it with.
We have their eyes
Whips
taped
and-
open.
Yeah, no,
Kenzie sat and watched most of it last year.
Yeah, she actually was really good about it. Really good sport.
but I also made the guys watch it too with me last year.
Oh yeah, like it's like the worst thing to ever watch. Oh man,
Jakey seemed that way.
dude, you gotta realize I like watching things. All right,
So-
so
But anyway,
interpret that however you want, people.
What are some of your guys' like our listeners' favorite traditions, or what are some traditions that you guys have that you guys definitely do?
So
Comment on the Facebook group, on the YouTube.
I'm gonna go make coffee.
I'm gonna actually circle back to the
Don't drink
traditions.
too much.
So
You're gonna be up all night.
so how you were talking about doing the jammies and all that
Yeah.
with the kids. So
No, you cannot wear jammies with us.
Yes, you can, but you got to buy your own.
okay, but so my mom actually did that for us.
Mm-hmm.
We would all have matching pajamas and
So my mom would do jammies for us. So one of our biggest traditions was that we would always go to my mom was an only child, and so we spent a lot of time at my grandma's house, also my grandparents' house, and so our tradition, Christmas Eve, we'd be at our house, and then we'd go to my grandma's, and then we'd go
If you
to
guys can hear that, that is coffee brewing.
and then we go to my other grandma's. And so our tradition was at our house, we'd always open one, maybe two presents. One present for sure was always pajamas, Christmas pajamas for that night to wear to bed. Sometimes my mom would let us also open a toy. Once
Yeah,
we got
yeah,
older,
yeah.
not so much.
Yeah.
And then we'd go to my grandma's house, and we'd always get to open a toy.
Yep.
And that we could play with while we were there and keep us busy. And then we'd go to my other grandma's, and we'd always open a present there. So on Christmas Eve, we always got to open 3 presents. The kids, I've thought about doing it, but we haven't really done it for them. But I did do the tradition of the jammies. But for them, I try to do like the matching.
Yeah, so
Because it's more fun for me, but my mom never really stuck to the matching pajamas. Wasn't really a big thing back when I was a kid, matching pajamas for, boys and girls. But
yeah, so my mom used to get me, my brothers, and my dad all the same matching pajamas. And she would get her own. And we would do Christmas, like our Christmas photo kind of deal with all that. And there was
Phil's over here trying really hard not to spill his coffee.
Yeah, so there was one year. This was still when I was light enough to not crush anybody, surprisingly.
Wait, you crushed people?
Yeah, me being all big-bodied and everything. So there was one year. This, I think, was after... this would have been my freshman year of high school. So my
Back
freshman...
during Vietnam?
Yeah, so... so my freshman year of high school... I had come back from being in Louisiana for about a month, and because my buddy's dad used to live down there, and we were visiting him for the summer, more or less, and we went to LSU, and I stopped at the gift shop and obviously spent basically everything I fucking had, because...
Is that why you're an LSU fan?
No, actually, there's a lot more reasons why I'm an LSU fan. But
okay, we'll get into that later, but that's fine.
But there's this tiger paw, like the tiger claw paw, and I bought one, and that year that ended up being our tree topper.
Oh, nice.
And we did like a weird pyramid. So like, my dad was like the centerpiece, and then my brothers both got on top of him, like one knee on for each one of them, and then I climbed on top of both of them to like finish off the top, and I had the claw in hand, so I would like I reached up with it. And that was of like all the family like pictures that we did, that was one of the better ones. There was one year we wrapped Brock in Christmas lights, and I was on one side and Bo was on the other. Like, he was holding on to it, and I was, like, laid out right next to Brock, and I was just, like, cheesing because I was like, we caught him.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of fun, I feel like, when we were kids, and
you missed the childhood memories, and I know that the other day with the tooth thing, you probably saw that a little bit too.
It definitely hit. It was a little more sentimental. I mean, I don't think it was sentimental in the sense that,
well, like it was for us,
but I could feel like the energy off of it, and it was nice. And I feel like once like my nieces, or if somehow, some way I end up having my own kids.
Well,
you
and like
will.
when I put Kenzie to bed last night, because I put her to bed, and last night was when she put her second tooth under her pillow, and I put her to bed, and she smiled at me and was like, "Night, Mom, I love you," blah blah blah. And I looked at her and I was like, "Good night," and I was like, "My big girl," I was like, "Aw," like, she's not a baby anymore. Well, I mean, she wasn't a baby, but it's like, you've lost 2 teeth. You're getting older. Like, stop.
The crazy part is you're going to keep seeing that. It's a repetitive cycle.
I know, but it's like, there's those moments when things happen that they just hits, and it's like, dang, stop getting older.
Everything is different from when your parents described it, when you did it,
and then when you
go through it with your children as a parent.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's going to be even crazier? Just hear me out on this, right? Just wait until they have kids, and then you get to re-experience it all over again.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, same thing with movies. It's like, I'll watch movies with them sometimes, and it's like watching movies through their eyes that I watched as a kid. Sometimes it's like, you see the innocent way they look at it, and then you see it in a whole different light once you're a parent, and it's like you catch, like I said, you catch on to different things that you didn't catch on to, or you just see them in a different way than you saw them when you were younger or when you didn't even have kids.
Yeah, it's definitely different. That's for sure. And yeah.
We spent a lot of time on this podcast. Wow, that was like my stutter just came out.
More or less
We've
just
spent a lot of
reminiscing.
time, basically, and talking about a lot of
growing
nothing.
up.
Yeah,
Just
It
growing
wasn't
up.
a lot of grown and a lot of bleh. It wasn't a lot of nothing. It was traditions and
Just getting back to our sentimental side, remembering
Yeah.
shit that we did when we were kids, and
it's the holiday season, so traditions.
holiday season.
Okay,
the
enough.
holiday season. So
You're all cut off.
whoop-de-doo.
It's holiday season, so traditions and stuff are a big part of the holiday season. Shut up.
And some things you kind of just don't want to ever forget. And
You're done. Goodbye.
No, that one was funny because it was you made that like so. Shut up. That like helped the whole thing. I'm sorry.
but it's good to know that we still keep trying and striving to do what we always do. And Mom, if you're listening to this, I hope you bought pajamas this year.
Meatball's coming
Nice.
home, so he wants some pajamas.
Yeah, he wants some fucking pajamas, Mom.
Hey.
Sorry, he wants some freaking pajamas, Mom.
Yeah,
Get him some freaking pajamas.
yeah, that's fucking right. You better respect my mom.
He wants matching pajamas.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Do match pajamas with me and the boys, and Christy and Mackenzie can get their own, and the girls can get their own, and we can all have a good time.
I miss Walmart.
Yeah.
I miss Walmart for the matching pajamas.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have to order them.
Oh, yeah. Good times.
Anyway, we're gonna move into the finishing this stuff out.
Wait, we have a finish on this?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, okay. Anyway, everybody, thank you all for listening. Thank you for...
You sound like a recording whenever you do that.
Yeah, you do.
You always do. Like when I say it or like cue it, you're just like, thank you guys for joining
No,
us.
but-
You're welcome. Thank you for joining Getting Weird. I love everything. No.
No, but okay. All right. Do you
In all
want...
seriousness, though, since you guys are just like, going back and forth, I really do want to hear.
We do this every episode, though.
I know. But I'm not like prominent on every episode. So
True.
I really do want to hear some traditions from the listeners. So please, I beg you. I'm actually going to beg this time.
Oh,
because
shit.
I like hearing traditions. And I want to hear what you guys have for your traditions, either as a kid or now if you have your own family now, even if it's just you and a spouse or you and your children. What do you guys have as traditions? What did you guys do growing up as traditions? So either comment, there is the Facebook group, Getting Weird. Either comment on there, comment on the YouTube. Go. You don't even have to go if you listen to this on the podcast app, whatever podcast app you use. You don't even have to go listen to it again in the YouTube. Just go in there and comment it.
Yeah, I mean...
Because I want to know.
Yeah,
I like hearing traditions from people.
Yeah, that... Well said. I don't think I need to say anything more on top of that.
So now you can finish, Meatball. Sorry.
All right, well...
Here is your
You can
co-host.
sound recorded.
Here's your co-host, recorded sounding Meatball. Meatball, go ahead.
So Bex already took care of all the hard part for me, so...
I didn't say any of the of the actual stuff.
Again, you can find us on our Facebook group page, Getting Weird group page. Bex will be responding back to y'all with that. You can find us on YouTube at Getting Weird Pod, and you have to use the @ symbol. If you don't use it, you won't find us.
Also, Gingy's very heavily involved in the comments on that on that
so-
thing. So if you come across Gingy, then
Yeah, if you send anything that way, he'll respond back to you. If you want to find myself on Instagram, you can find me at MeatballGW. If you want to find Kill, you can find him at...
KillGW7.
And just like that, another episode in the books for us.
I do want to say that I love your hat. And I'm also, you watch me using the fucking mug.
Yeah.
And I'm not promoting anything merch-wise, but I can say that I love the mug that I have. Granted, Meatball does not, because it's not gray enough.
Oh my god.
Apparently, it's not gray enough for him.
Okay. Before we fucking go into a skew with that, I like the mug. I'm glad that you got it. I just think it would look better gray. That's all.
Okay. Still, if you're a listener that wants some sort of merch, all right, please hit us up in the comments as well.
Yes.
All right? Because we have a nice mug that I'm using it right now. If we were on video, you'd probably see it.
It's a nice white mug with the Getting Weird logo upon it.
And it's actually pretty nice. It holds a nice amount of fluid.
Your normal standard coffee size for America.
But why are you shaking your head?
And the
I'm
hat
done.
and the hat that Kill is referring to
The hat's
is
fucking nice, too.
a black hat with the Getting Weird logo on it. And it's a very comfortable hat, very nice
Yeah.
form-fitting hat.
It is.
It's got the adjustable strap on the back
If you guys
with the
want to
metal
see
buckle.
them, I'll take pictures and post it on
Yep.
the Getting Weird page.
Yep.
The group page. So go check it out, and I will.
Yep.
And
I'll post a picture there.
yep, there will
If
be.
you if you want one, please let us know.
And just like that wraps up about everything here on our end. And thanks again, everybody, for listening. We appreciate all the listens we get. We appreciate you guys. And thank you again for getting weird with us.
The last thing that I want to say before we end this show is I want to also give a shout out to all of our veterans out there. It is Veterans Day weekend.
Fucking
And
right.
thank you for every single person. And I know that majority of us that are on this podcast are still serving right now. But I want to thank everybody that came before us for setting the foundation and keeping this country safe.
Damn straight, brother. Damn straight.
So,
Thank you all, for real. I mean, if it weren't for certain people in my life, I honestly wouldn't be where I'm at right now. So I want to say especially thanks to them because they pushed me to kind of find a career that helped me in a way to further myself. And honestly,
and soon you'll be one too.
yeah. And
Soon you'll be one too, man.
and to finally not just be this inner shell of a kid that I used to be and be more expressive of who I am and not just take yes as the answer all the time. Anyway, thank you all again for listening, and happy Veterans Day to everybody.
And remember, at first, if you guys don't succeed, make sure you shake a veteran's hand because they probably fucking want you to shake their hand.
And not only that, they fucking earned it.
Yep, they absolutely did. Anyway, at first, if you don't succeed, make sure that you destroy all of the evidence. Good night, guys. Have a great week. We'll see you guys next week.